time, actually. Would you look at that? Welcome to Bravo and Blaze, the podcast where pop culture meets cannabis and commentary gets blunt. I'm your host, Jenny Blaze, reality TV junkie, cannabis advocate, and the independent one-woman powerhouse behind this entire production. We're streaming live on YouTube every Tuesday and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern, and you're invited to join the conversation in real time. Jump into the live chat to share your hot takes, ask questions, and connect with fellow Bravo fans while we break it all down. Unfiltered and unapologetic. Quick disclaimer, this podcast is for entertainment and commentary purposes only. All opinions are my own and do not reflect any networks, employers, or sponsors. Everything discussed is based on publicly available information and personal experiences. While I may express strong opinions or criticism about public figures, I do not condone harassment, threats, or even direct contact with anyone discussed on this show. Keep it shady, not scary, and don't take it seriously. Also, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen. Watch full video episodes with visuals over here on YouTube at Jenny Blaze, and follow across all social media platforms at Bravo and Blaze for bonus content or just to support your girl. Join Patreon at patreon.com/Bravo and Blaze. Excuse me. And don't forget to check out our merch and exclusive drops at bravoandblaze.com. All right, let's get lit and let's get into it. I want to start today with news that's been traveling everywhere, and that is thanks to Mr. Chris Martin of Coldplay. There was a concert this week, and you know what, like sports games, they have like the Jumbotron, the Kiss Cam, whatever. I guess Coldplay was doing that, and they got this, what we thought was a lovely couple on the Jumbotron, like perfect moment if they weren't both married. Yeah, that's exactly the case here. You heard me right. Apparently, this is the CEO and the head of HR of a big tech company called Astronomer. Yeah, head of HR and CEO. I'm going to play this clip so you all know what I'm talking about.
Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Uh-oh, what?
Uh-oh, what?
Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Look at that right there, that girl. So there's a girl who was standing next to them who has her arm on this like glass, what do you call this? I don't know. It's just like a band. It's supposed to be like a safety banister, whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. She has her arm up on that, and then she has one hand on her face. Like her face is so red. She's smiling. The woman who got caught, she like elbowed that girl. Turns out that girl has recently been promoted by HR. So this is like a big mess. And the internet did not disappoint at all. Hold on, let me remove this. Let me go back. Look at them. This is so white. Nib on Twitter said Coldplay's Chris Martin accidentally exposed Andy Byron, CEO of huge tech firm Astronomer, having an affair with his HR chief, Kristen Cabot. Today, his wife removed Byron from her Facebook profile. Andy reportedly has a net worth of $1.3 billion. Someone's getting rich, and I hope she gets everything. I also heard that like you can sue for humiliation. I don't know if that's true, but this I think qualifies as humiliation from a spouse. This is on a very large scale. Poor woman. Oh my God. It just like the hits don't stop coming. Men are awful. Well, women are too, apparently, in this case, because she's no innocent person. But at the same time, he is the CEO. So he's in a position of power. And ultimately, I mean, it's his fault, right? I mean, she's guilty too, but is this scandal for rich tech CEOs? This is a lot. And Dub said, oh my God, is this the couple that got caught on the live cam cheating? Oh yeah, it is. I did not know that Chris Martin was going to be out here ruining lives this week, and I am surprised. What else? Just to make a note, Taylor Swift fans would never be that sloppy to get caught. Flashback to the woman wearing a blankie over her head with sunglasses being interviewed by the local 12 News. And the headline says, Taylor Swift fan, woman hides identity because she called in sick to work. Genius. Brilliant. I mean, come on. There also was like this parody statement released from Andy Byron, which was so funny. And I thought it was real. I got caught, or not caught, but I got fooled. And I was like, the audacity. Because in this parody statement, they wrote like, you know, I don't appreciate Coldplay taking a private moment and displaying it or whatever. And I was like, no way is this man shaming Coldplay for what he did. Oh my gosh. I love the internet though. For example, such a quick turnaround time. I mean, less than 24 hours. I saw this t-shirt that said I took my side piece to the Coldplay concert and it ruined my life. I kind of want one now. Also, I love when Bravo gets connected to these pop culture moments. Prostitution whore posted a picture. Their tweet says Coldplay is at it again. OMFG, like the surprise emoji. And it's a picture of Harry Dubin and Ramona Singer making out in the most grotesque way possible. So gross. They're ridiculous. And then I saw this late last night. I guess Coldplay made a statement and they said, I hope we didn't do something bad. Oh my gosh. I love it here. Who knew? Chris Martin. You know what's funny is that Game recognizes Game and he totally immediately knew that it was an affair. He called it. He's like, oh. Also, my favorite troll of all time, 50 Cent. He's even getting in on the internet fun, and I'm going to play this video he just posted. So I don't know who taught 50 Cent how to use AI, but I love it. This video is it's the CEO tossing the HR lady and running away. I love AI sometimes. Okay, enough with that. Let's go back to this here. Okay, Bravo News. Trigger warning, and I am so sorry because this triggered me hard. I actually, when I saw this picture, I cried. Like I was sobbing. After I read the whole story, by the way, I saw this from Bravo by Gaze. This article, it says top story, and there's a picture of Denise with a huge black eye. And it says Denise Richards accuses estranged husband Aaron Vipers of domestic violence, granted temporary restraining order. The article made me sick, honestly. Like I just said, I was sobbing, and people started digging up old clips of them from when she was on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And don't forget, Denise Richards and Her Wild Things season 1 just came out, which they made an announcement season 2 is not going to continue. And that's probably, my guess is because of this, what's going on. Because don't forget, Aaron filed for divorce first. And he demanded over $100,000 a month in spousal support. I still can't get over this, which includes $20,000 a month in his budget just for clothing for a man. What the fuck? I can't get over that. Also, $25,000 a month for food. Like, how much food is this man eating? Anyways, so he filed first. He's asking for spousal support. And then Denise goes and files a temporary restraining order and just spills it all. And I wish she did it before, obviously, but like, poor Denise. I'm just so sad that we were watching her and this was going on behind the scenes and we had no idea. And like, people were giving her so much shit about the Brandi Glanville situation. And like I said, other creators are bringing up old clips there. I think Face Reality 16 posted a clip where they left that, where was it? It was Kyle's family barbecue or something? Denise and Aaron were there and they started to get into it. So Denise was like, we're leaving. And they just start walking out and Denise is saying to Aaron, don't say anything. There's cameras. Don't say anything. And he wanted to so bad. She's like, don't say anything. And then he said, don't tell me what to do. Or I will crush your hand. And remember that same season, after they kept pressing Denise over and over again, she sent a cease and desist. She like was basically begging and pleading them to stop discussing this, and they would not stop. So then we got that message that said, Denise Richards, stop filming or whatever. And I just feel like if this was really happening behind the scenes, Denise was being abused by Aaron this whole time. Like, I kind of feel like she probably wanted to go on Beverly Hills to, at the very least, reduce the amount of times that he's about to abuse her, because abusers hate nothing more than cameras. And so I wonder if her going on the show is a way for her to protect herself a little bit, at least. And then she comes out with Denise Richards and Her Wild Things. I mean, I wonder if after his business shut down, because I can see him saying like we're not filming anymore. You need to get off that show, and saying like, we have my business and we have all this stuff. We don't need that money. So you're going to stop filming, even though maybe she wanted to, because like I said, they don't like cameras. And then when his business got shut down, I wonder if that was what prompted her to be like, hey, we can do a show and make some money. And maybe that's how she convinced him to agree to it, even though he's an abuser, because I'm sure he did not want to do that. But she probably was able to like convince him. And then, I don't know. I wish that I feel so bad for Denise. Like, selfishly, obviously, I want them to have another season so we can see how this all unfolds. But like, the top priority obviously is Denise's safety. I just like am so upset that I'm upset with the audacity of men. I think that's what it all comes down to. At the end of the day, I'm like, who the fuck do you think you are? First of all, this is Denise fucking Richards. How dare you? Second of all, you're on a television show. You have the audacity to think that you can hide this behavior? I mean, he did get away with it, even though we were suspecting it. Oh, he is such a POS. Posh. All right, I need to move on before I get more mad. Oh, and then I saw this too. I forgot about this point. Kate Casey posted this. Don't forget, Aaron's parents lived in Denise Richards' Malibu house while she and her daughters were living in separate rentals. They were supposed to stay for a few months, but ended up residing there for over 3 years. That is outrageous. Rot in hell, Aaron Vipers. Yo, these men. I want to rage. I'm so pissed. All right, let's move on to something lighter. Actually, just Kelly wrote in the comments, Denise doesn't deserve this. I always knew he was a douche canoe. Yeah, and like his weird conspiracies and the government is after him. Good. I hope the government is after him. He needs to be in jail. I wish I was the judge. That's a dream job of mine, is to be a judge, to be like $100,000 in spousal support. Pfft, sir, not today. Not under my watch. No. All right, let's move on. Bravo TV lineup. Okay. Tuesday, we covered our shows on Sunday and Monday. Today, we're covering The Valley. The Valley, Next Gen NYC, Real Housewives of Miami, and Real Housewives of Orange County. First up is The Valley. Wait, let me go back. I'm going to read the episode description. Okay, The Valley Season 2, Episode 14, Making Up is Hard to Do. In the wake of the cruise from hell, Janet struggles with insults Kristen threw at her. Danny and Nia look at a house as they get closer to their decision on having a fourth child. Jax and Brittany have an explosive argument when they meet to discuss co-parenting. I kind of love that argument because Brittany called him disgusting, and I actually felt like she meant it for the first time. So that was good to see. Don't forget, on the cruise from hell, we left off with everyone was fighting on this boat. It was probably one of the worst episodes on Bravo we've seen this year. Just hated it. Awful. But I did love Zach yelling, "We just want the truth." Zach is a star. And as far as that house goes, like, I am so on Danny's side in regards to a bigger house. Like, the thought of all of them crammed into that tiny house made me have anxiety. I was like, why does Nia want to live like this? I don't understand. But also, does anyone else think that Jasmine may have showed them that house to be like, just buy this house and we'll never talk about what happened ever again? I kind of wish they did buy it and just we could put everything to rest and be like, okay, we're even, thanks. Because I know everyone loves, like, the majority is on Danny and Nia's side, but I'm starting to switch. I was firm on saying that what Danny did was SA, regardless. Like, I don't care what anyone says. Like, you can never tell me that what he did was not that. So that is true. But when it first happened, I was like, but I like them. And like, he was drunk. And I don't want like one situation to define them. But if you look back at Danny in these situations where he's like defending himself, he never really takes real accountability. He says, "Oh, I was drunk. I don't remember. That was a long time ago. I said sorry." And it's like, you can say sorry and not mean it or like have it be genuine, because if you were truly sorry, that would have been a huge wake-up call for Danny and his drinking. Whether he wants to call himself an alcoholic or not, I don't care. If that happened and he wants to take full accountability and ownership of it, he should stop drinking at the very least. But he hasn't. And that's where I'm like, maybe, I don't know. And Nia, she is so quick to defend Danny. Of course, that's her husband. This is not something you want associated with your husband. But at the same time, it did happen. And if I was Nia, like, well, I can't say if I was Nia. I just feel like Nia needs to see that the accountability accountability wasn't really there on Danny's side, and that he may have an underlying issue that's bigger than what happened that night with Jasmine and her fiance. But if he is going around having these moments repeatedly, then that's a problem. And if sexual assault is not reason enough to quit drinking, then that makes me really sad, because we're all just like enabling this behavior. And we can't. We also, going back to Denise and Aaron, when I saw what Aaron did, I immediately got mad at all men, of course, obviously, men who are abusers. But then I got mad at the men who aren't abusers, who see this stuff happening and know that women and children cannot defend ourselves. Only other men can really hold them accountable. And that's what makes me mad at men in general. It's like, stop enabling this behavior, hold them accountable, and enforce it, because we need protection. So annoyed. Gosh, everything is so dark right now, and I blame Alex Baskin. It's his fault. I hope he's haunted every day by Baskin and Robbins. Oh my God. I know Jax. I'm so glad that we're not going to have to deal with Jax next season, but he still cracks me up sometimes in a way that's like, I'm laughing at you, not laughing with you. He always, like, we know Jax so well. We know that it's him on his burner accounts when he spells no, K-N-O-W, because it's consistent. Like, he just has these things. And one of his things is he always or frequently forgets common sayings. In this episode, he said he didn't want to throw Brittany under the bridge, rather than like, I didn't want to throw Brittany under the bus. And I'm like, oh my God, he just did this on the after show. And he goes, Kristen really likes to make a mountain out of a... And he's like stares because he couldn't finish the sentence. I'm like, oh my God, he is struggling hard. Damn. Jax. Speaking of poshes, Jesse Lally apparently took out a $300,000 personal loan while he's still married to Michelle, I believe. When that happens and you're married, both parties are responsible for any of that debt. So in this divorce, I guess Jesse is trying to make Michelle pay for half of his personal loan. And I cannot be any more angry. Again, my fight mode is activated this week. I blame Alex Baskin. Actually, isn't Beverly Hills Alex Baskin's show too? And Denise Richards. All of these problems are because of Alex Baskin. Yeah, I said it. Luann. She agrees with me. She said, as long as I'm wearing these DJ Meredith Marks bangs, hell fucking yeah. Okay. Wait, I know Not Paid by Anyone does not like Janet. And like, I don't hate Janet, but I also like don't love her. Like, I'm not like, oh my God, stop. I don't do that to Janet. Like, death threats, obviously, do not do that. But like, people hating on Janet, I'm not like mad at them. I'm not like, oh my God, you're a piece of crap. No, like I get why you wouldn't like Janet. I just don't personally care that much. But then this scene, I was so shocked when I see Janet and Jason going into a tattoo shop. And I was like, no way. Are they really going to go get... Because I knew before they even said it. When I saw the tattoo shop, I knew about the rumors of him taking off his ring. I'm like, no. And sure enough, they went there to get their wedding ring tattoo. I was like, oh my gosh. This is where Janet kind of lost me, because I'm like, I know Janet knows what she's doing. She's not stupid. She knows how social media works. She knows that she even knows that Kristen is reading the comments because she's reading the comments, and she knows how to use social media in a way that could shift the narrative, maybe, like not definite, but she tried with that whole like going private and then like being out of the country. Like, I think she wanted people to think that she fled, even though she knew she wasn't fleeing. She just had a trip plan. Like, I think she wanted people to think that. And that's why when I saw them go to get the ring, I'm like, Janet, I thought you were stronger than this. So it was pretty shocking that they went and got these ring tattoos. And it kind of made me feel like Jason is the way I thought he was in season 1. Like, I feel like he's just very naive. I can't get a solid read on Jason. Like, to me, he seems naive and just a good husband who like will ride or die for his wife no matter what, because that's what a good husband does. I don't know if he's like scheming behind the scenes, or maybe he does see Janet scheming and he's like, yeah, but that's my wife and I love her, so I'm just gonna like back her up anyways. I don't know. What do you guys think? What I love about this though is that so on the after show, Jason is showing his tattoo. It's just one line. Also, why did Jason get a oh my god, there's like a little gnat. Why did Jason make his line crooked? Doesn't it look crooked? Well, like right here doesn't look crooked, but when he's holding it up like this, it looks kind of crooked. But if you look at Janet's tattoo, it's white. She didn't even get one that you could like actually see. Oh my gosh. I think that is so funny. Like, Janet, are you taking off your ring, Janet? Or is Janet like, well, what if I get a divorce again? Maybe this goes back to her insecurity where she thinks that Jason is too good for her, or she's not good enough, or she doesn't deserve her life or whatever, which again, I feel like Janet knows what she's doing. So when we had that scene of her talking about everyone in the comments, like she knows not to look in the comments, but she's doing it because I'm sure she's got burner accounts. She has admitted to this troll like behavior, and I feel like they all do it. So I'm not like judging her real hard for that, but like this whole scene made me think of something bigger where I'm like, should the Bravo Lebs even be looking at our social media and like what we say about them? Because that does influence how I post, I feel like, right? Because I don't want to hurt people's feelings, but I want to also speak honestly as well. What's up, Chicken Head? Chicken Head is here. I don't know. I had an interview with the Bravo investigator yesterday, and I still have to put out that episode. I'm working on it, so keep your eye out for that. But we talked about this a lot, where like we're trying to figure out as podcasters, or like Tamara and the OC ladies like to say bloggers, like what even is a blogger? But where is the line for both of us? Like, not just the general audience, but then for podcasters who are obvious. I mean, we're the same as general audience. I mean, I don't know why, like, I don't think there's much difference other than we're actually like talking about it and sharing it with people. So, but then I feel like the Bravo Lebs are the ones who normally initiate with us sometimes, not all the time, but like, for me personally, like I don't go into DMs to be like, one, I never go in to try to like hurt someone or be like, I hate you. I never do that. But I will say like, oh my God, you're great, or I love this, or good job. I don't know. Should I not do that? I mean, like, that is part of who I am. I am like a hype girl at heart. I'm like a cheerleader at heart. So I like to hype people up when they're doing good things. So I don't know where is the line? Should Janet be looking at the comments? Because then that impacts the way that she behaves in future seasons. And that's where like reality TV, I think, is maybe getting outdated. Love Island, that kind of reality TV is probably where we all need to go going forward, because it's the line is very gray and it's changing, it's evolving as technology changes and as we get new generations of Bravo Lebs who have obviously seen these shows or seen a reality show. Don't forget, like, back in the day, Real Housewives of Orange County season 1, there was no social media to use. And they actually wrote their own blogs. That's probably why they call them bloggers. But I don't know, things have changed a lot, and I just don't even know like what's going to happen going forward, because I feel like this format of filming and waiting 9 months to release something is kind of outdated. It makes things more complicated. It almost like exhausts the audience, I think, because then it's like, wait, now we have to look at all these different timelines of what they said when they were filming, what they said when it aired, and what all their reactions were on social media in between those times. Like, it's exhausting. We don't want to have to put in this much work for entertainment. It's already a lot for a podcaster. I can't imagine like just trying to enjoy and sit back and relax. Like, I'm sure they're losing people. That's probably why they need podcasters, because they're like, I have no clue what's happening. Can somebody fill me in? So is Bravo creating a like this ecosystem where podcasters and bloggers are necessary? Like, do we kind of need us for this, the way that things are going? It's exhausting. I don't know. I don't even know if I want to keep doing this. We'll see. Also, is Janet missing a tooth? I never noticed this, but I swear to God, I think she might have a missing tooth. And it just took me back. I was like, oh my God, I never saw that before. But if that's the case, keep Shep away from Janet, because you know he's got that tooth kink. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, should the Bravo Labs leave us alone? Max said, has anyone heard from Alex yet? Oh my gosh. Seriously, like, Alex, he's probably drunk at Jax's studio right now, still from last night. So like I said, Brittany and Jax had a explosive argument or whatever, and I loved it because Brittany finally, you could see it, you could hear it, you could feel it. She is done with Jax. She kind of slipped up in the end when she was very good in the beginning, shutting things down, like short answers, moving on. Nope. And if he got upset about something, why would you take all my pictures down? She's just like, why not? What else? I loved it. She goes, you're disgusting. That's when I also knew. And it's interesting. I feel like Jax's reaction was visible defeat from, like, I don't really like that word narcissist anymore, but like, he is what he is. And it just seemed like he was finally defeated for once. He could not get the reaction. And that's what they want sometimes, is they just want any reaction. It doesn't matter what kind. If it's a negative reaction, it still feeds them in this weird, sick way. But she wasn't having it. She did play into it a little bit at the end, but then she was like, what am I doing? Like, we're done. I love to see it. We need more of that. Whoops. What else? Not paid by anyone said it will make Janet a better person. Yeah, she needs to read the comment section. She does need to read the comment section. I don't know. Janet is interesting to me. Like, it definitely seems like she is trying to put on a show for the cameras, and things seem a bit calculated. I'm not like mad at any, or I'm not mad at all of it, what she's doing. Like, some of it is entertaining, but then some of it is like a little bit too deep and complicated. And it's getting to the point where it's like, you're becoming a producer, and we don't like that, right? We want like as natural of a reaction and as much authenticity as we can. Oh, I love this part too. Brittany finally said, she was like, and I'm going to send you a bill for Cruz's medical pills or whatever. And I just loved it. Finally. But we also find out in the next episode that Jax is asking for spousal support. Of course he is, because he's a scumbag. And I keep saying this, what man takes money from a woman? Only a low-life loser. Speaking of low-life losers, oh my gosh. I was rooting for Brock. I'm so annoyed and pissed. I'm glad my homebody leggings are done. We're done with those. Throwing away every homebody thing I have. I still have like a shirt, I think. But what a POS. He cheated on Sheena. This whole thing is weird because why did Sheena and Brock decide to do this? I mean, if they were like divorced or getting divorced, I feel like, yeah, let it out, girl. Spill the tea, vent to us. But like, it's kind of awkward when you're still married to the guy. Oh my gosh, Sheena. I don't know what's gonna happen. But Brock did mention in this after show, he's like, oh yeah, my wife tracks my location. And I was just like, I'm just like irritated by him now whenever he speaks. And I still haven't gotten a chance to go back and watch old VPR to see like when Sheena was pregnant and like how he was acting and what happened after that. And then like what happened when he finally told her, because there was a lot going on. We need to like dissect all that. I haven't gotten to that yet, but hopefully I will soon. I'm just shocked that Brock got away with this, knowing that Sheena tracks his location. Just nuts. And yes, I know we don't like Janet, but she was talking about marriage in the after show, and I found this to be very interesting. One, it gave insight into who Janet is, I believe, or what she wants us to believe about her. Like, she seems like she's very insecure. She doesn't think that she deserves love. She doesn't deserve Jason. And what she was saying about marriage, she goes, I think that you should only marry someone who you think is way out of your league. And for a second, I was like, wait, that might be true. I don't know if that's right, but I was like, is it right? Because I'm not saying that's the only reason you should marry them, but like, that is a good thing to think about, I think, when you're dating. It's kind of, I never thought about that before. So I'm just like, that might lead to a happy marriage. I don't know. Can somebody else tell me? Anyone with a happy marriage? Okay, also, like I said, Jax is not coming back to the Valley season 3. He said he's going to focus on his recovery, blah, blah, blah. I didn't even read it. All I saw was Jax is gone. I was like, yay. And I started celebrating. And then I also got really freaked out because I posted a picture of me and Jax 8 days before this announcement came out. And then I started thinking, oh my God, remember when I went to Schwartz and Sandy's in November 2024? And then less than a week later, they announced that they were closing. I feel like I'm unintentionally cursing people. It's not on purpose. It's just I don't know. Maybe I'm a bad luck charm. I don't know. Did I do this? No, I didn't. But yeah, I'm a witch. So who else should we visit next? Should I go to Charleston, sewing down south? Who should we go see? Just kidding. So next week is the season finale of The Valley and Next Gen NYC. And that caught me off guard. Like, what? First of all, Next Gen NYC is only 8 episodes long, and that really makes me sad. I want them to renew and start filming immediately. The Valley, I don't need any more episodes, but I was just shocked that it was ending. And also, I was shocked that these are both Tuesday night shows on Bravo. So what's going to be on Bravo now on Tuesdays once these are over? Do we get a break? If we get a break, I might take a break forever. Just kidding. I don't know. We'll see. Let's move on to Next Gen NYC, my new fave. I love this show so much, but it also makes me mad. But maybe in a good way. I don't know. Next Gen NYC Season 1, Episode 7, Shore Losers. The morning after Brooks's birthday blowout, the crew wakes up determined to have a fun day on the water. Ariana and Georgia patch things up, but Georgia's pitch for a bowling alley club incites new drama. Ava's absence leads Amira wondering if she's telling the truth. Okay. I love this show. I don't know if I can read these texts. Let me see. So we see Brooks texting Ava. She said, fitting got pushed. I'm so annoyed, but still trying my best to make it for a little. How's it going? Brooke said, Charlie said you're not coming. Is that true? When are you getting here? And then she wrote, I'm so sorry I tried, but I'm not going to be able to make it. I love you and hope you're having fun. Let's celebrate when you get back. Heart, whatever. And then Brooke said, are you in the Hamptons now? We also see Brooks looking at her location, very Sheena-like, and she was not in the Hamptons. So I already called this a couple of weeks ago. Ava is scared of this group and I think it's because Ariana and Gia did not back down to Ava's mean girl ways when she was talking smack to Ariana. And I think that really shook her to her core. And it was so light too, like compared to Housewives, like that was nothing, I feel like. But that really, I think, chased Ava away. She's not good at confrontation at all. And I'm okay with like someone not wanting to come to my birthday trip. Like, if you don't want to come because of the people there or whatever, like, I'm not going to force you to come or be mad at you for not coming, but don't pretend like you're coming and then be like, oh, actually, I can't come. Like, don't play with me. Just say no. I don't care. Don't fuck with me. You're messing up our plans more. You're annoying me now, Ava. I love this episode, and I hate alcohol, but I love seeing Riley Burruss drinking, and not drinking, but like being tipsy. She is so funny. I love her. And I think she's so sweet. I just love who she is, her personality. And I'm furious at this cast for the way that they're treating her. It's like, these are basic microaggressions that I feel like their generation should know, yet they're committing all of these acts, these microaggressive acts. And I'm just like dumbfounded because these kids are from New York City. They're not even kids, they're adults, but they're also from New York City. That like makes me really sad. How do we have people who are in New York City, one of the biggest melting pots, still not have awareness of these basic things? And Georgia not understanding that she has privilege is insane. She was so mad saying, I'm not privileged. I don't have daddy's money or whatever. Like, that doesn't matter. You are still a white girl from New York City on the Upper West Side or whatever. And her boyfriend, who's allegedly rich, which I question that. I'd like to know more about that. It was very interesting that he got this very fancy suite for her and wasn't even there. Like, it seemed very performative to me. And she just like was like, oh, can you just bring my stuff? I don't know, something about the way she was acting. I'm like, this girl is not it. And I hope she is not a good representation of Gen Z. One, she doesn't wash her hands. Two, she doesn't even know that she's privileged. That's annoying. And she's like coming down on Riley so hard. The way that she like has conflict with Riley is absurd to me. It's so one-sided, and it's very unbalanced because it's way aggressive on Georgia's side. Riley is not aggressive at all. She's been very calm and composed in every interaction, but yet if she says like, oh, I don't like that she doesn't wash her hands, they turn it into, oh my God, Riley's so scary. I'm about to slap. No, I would never, but they make me so mad. And Georgia almost grew on me too, because Riley wound up going to the suite to hang out with Georgia, which was a very nice thing. Riley didn't have to go meet up with Georgia. Georgia was singled out by herself and could have just left the trip and no one would have even known, I don't think. No one seemed to really care. But then Riley goes and meets up with Georgia and hangs out with her. And I thought they were having a great time. And I was like, this is what I love to see. And I was starting to like Georgia a little bit when she said, well, obviously I'm going to feel awkward every time I go to the bathroom and I don't wash my hands. I was like, good. She's at least self-aware, but it's still gross and she should feel weird. But I was really bummed at how the episode ended because Riley has done nothing wrong. My poor Riley. I need to protect her. On the boat at one point, this is what I love about this show. So it's Gia and Christian, her boyfriend, in the front of this boat. Charlie's on the other side. And they're talking about their age or whatever. I don't know. Somehow their age got brought up. And Charlie's 29. How old is Gia? Like 24 or something? Charlie's saying how he's 29. And Christian goes, oh, you're right about the age where you should be having kids then. I don't know. That just made me laugh so hard because it shows such like the huge contrast between like the typical New Jersey Italian boy, like who grew up in New Jersey versus the spoiled Nepo baby in Manhattan whose father hates him. Oh my God, I loved it. Oh my gosh, so cute. And no, I don't think Charlie should be having any kids, especially when he needs to jump into water for $1,000. That was weird. Hold on, we're gonna get to that. So my next tweet, I said Riley dropped her phone in the water because she's day drunk. Loved it. It was so funny. Charlie and Georgia jump in and try to find it because Riley's like, if somebody gets my phone, I'll give them $1,000. And that's when Charlie started to pay attention. And it was so clear. Like Riley clocked it. She goes, if he's jumping in the water for $1,000, we're never going to see our money again from the club. And she's spot on. That kid is broke. I'm sorry, but he is like also like the poorest Nepo baby ever. Is he even a Nepo baby? Can we classify him as that? His allowance is only $10,000 a month. That's what Ava's apartment costs a month until she got evicted. Gosh, I love Nepo baby stories. And Riley is my favorite Nepo baby because she understands privilege. She's very self-aware. She carries herself in a demure way. I love that. And I think she's fair, but I don't think people are treating her fairly. So Georgia is talking about this stupid club idea where they want to have a bowling alley. She acts like she invented bowling. And she sounds like a moron. She really was giving Anna Delvey vibes. And everyone's like, I don't know about that. And Riley wasn't even the first one to give her feedback. They were like, No one was being direct. They were like, obviously being like polite and just being yes men or whatever. And Riley's like, I think, never mind, I shouldn't say. And they're all like, tell us why. And she's like, I think it's a terrible idea. And she like, the way she said it, she like, you could tell she like didn't want to say it. And she knew that it was like going to hurt George's feelings. But that right there, like if you have any if you can understand social cues and have some self-awareness, you would see, like if I was Georgia, I'd be like, oh, she definitely didn't want to share that. And like, obviously like that hurts my feelings, but I think she's just trying to be a good friend. No, that's not how it went down. It turned into, oh my God, Riley, how dare you? You're so mean and aggressive. And like, what the fuck? I am starting to, well, I really don't like Georgia now, but even Gia was like, I don't know what she goes, maybe you can just speak like nicer to us or something. And I was like, excuse me? And Christian, her boyfriend, goes, she could talk however she wants. If you don't want to talk to her, you don't talk to her. And I was like, oh my God. It like could have sounded a little bit bad the way he was like, if you don't want to talk to her, don't talk to her. But it actually, the sentiment and like where the intention, I think, where it came from was like, leave her alone. Like, let her live her life. Why are you policing the way that she talks? Like, this is insane. I can't. I'm just like, I'm so sad for Riley and I want to protect her. That's my baby. Protect her at all costs. And on Watch What Happens Live, Riley was on with her mother, Candy, who I'm having mixed feelings about. I saw something where like she may have been supporting Diddy in like a weird, like secondhand kind of way. And like, I don't want to believe that. Because like the little amount that I do know about Candy, I want to like keep it positive. And I really love Riley. So like, whatever. Anyways, they were on and they were so cute. I mean, Riley's so cute. I think Andy asked, does Charlie still owe you money? And he does. This was like a year ago that they went to the box. So yeah, he's broke. He's never going to pay her back. And he's a scumbag. Oh my God. Imagine being a poor Nepo baby. That is awful. Oh, poor Charlie. Just kidding. Okay, let's move on. Let's see. End Up said, inherited wealth versus self-made fortunes. That kid is still a Nepo baby, even if he is broke. It's their mindset. Yeah. It's weird how he, like, I can't get over that one phone call where he's walking around saying, just add 5,000 to the 20,000 I owe you, as if it was like no big deal. I'm like, first of all, who the fuck do you owe $20,000 to? And why are you talking to them like that? If someone owed me $20,000, I'd be like, excuse me? Oh, just throw another 5,000 on it? Because you say so, Mr. Charlie, who has no money? I don't think so, buddy. He is a low-life grifter. I love that Dylan broke up with him, kind of. I wish we could see more of Dylan, though. And Shy was really great in that episode. He had Riley's back. He seems like a good friend. He works a 9 to 5, but he still made his way out there to celebrate for Brooks. And he kind of like, he was the only voice of reason, I feel like, in that moment when he's seeing everyone attacking Riley. And he's like, we're supposed to be celebrating Brooks's birthday. Why the hell is this going on? So love him. Would like to see more of him. Let's move on to Miami. Real Housewives of Miami Season 7, Episode 6, Major Red Flags. Alexia's goddess gathering turns into a Greek tragedy as one lady is singled out during a narcissist exercise. Gertie and Russell attend couples therapy. Lisa and Larsa meet one-on-one to see if they can get their former friendship back on track. Okay, let's see. Oh my, yeah, so at this goddess party, Larsa and Lisa are fighting, and this scene where Lisa's like, you don't want me to say the things I know about you. Larsa goes, she looked at her and she's like, go ahead. And the way she said that, you could tell she was scared of what Lisa was going to say. She was like, go ahead. I know. I just think Larsa is so funny. Like, Larsa's so ridiculous to me that I can't help but laugh. So, like, she's ridiculous. I could never take her seriously. And I love to watch this whole feud between her and Lisa. But Lisa goes, you said that Marcus doesn't have it like that, and you don't want your tits to be on the ground. Like, it was so unhinged and wild. I was like, oh my God, Lisa. But I also wanted to know, what does that mean? Marcus doesn't have what? Like what? Did she mean money or did she mean his dick? Like, what did that mean? I think she meant money, because I don't think Larsa would be messing with him if he had a small D. Anyways. Again, Larsa is so funny. They have a montage of Larsa gossiping about every single person in there, because Lisa's like, why did everyone forget what Larsa has done to them? And they clip back to everything. And I just cannot stop laughing. She's so hilarious. Like, she's so ridiculous that she's funny to me. Haters gonna hate. One part, there was like one scene where I see the girls walking into a different room and someone goes, hocus pocus, fucking TikToker. I didn't know who said it, but someone answered me, because I was like, who said that? I guess it was Adriana. So funny. Ugh. We had this scene with Stephanie, her parents, and her husband. Stephanie's father is 67. Her husband is 65. I just wanted to put that out there for the record. I also saw her Ask Me Anything Instagram stories. People were sending them to me because they were so appalled. She's not nice. I don't think I like her. I'm getting bad witchy vibes. So, like, now when she comes up on the screen, my mind shuts off. I have this like weird thing. I told Dana from the Bravo Investigator this yesterday. Like, I somehow, when I get triggered, like if there's a topic that's going on, like the whole thing with Gertie, how Julia threw a drink on her, like I shut off at that moment. Soon as she threw the drink, my mind just like disassociated. Like, I was watching, but I wasn't processing. And I like put it in a place in my brain where I was like, I'm consuming, but I'm not processing. And I like can't. I just don't have the like emotional bandwidth, because it was too triggering. And I think I said this last week, but if I was Gertie and someone threw a drink on me, I wouldn't have even said a word. I would have just got up and walked straight to the police station. Like, this is crazy to me. So I don't even pay attention when Julia's talking. And I feel bad, but I'm like kind of checked out when Gertie's speaking too. Not because I don't like Gertie, but because I'm like, I'm just so triggered by all of this that I can't consume it. I'm sorry if I let anyone down. But this Larsa and Lisa fight is just, I'll watch the show just for Larsa and Lisa fighting, because they're so ridiculous when they're fighting. Larsa goes, I'm just a better friend than you. I could not stop laughing. Also, Larsa is so unbothered in such a weird way. Like, Lisa gets up from the table. Larsa's sitting there like looking at herself. She's so calm, unbothered, just patiently waiting. Lisa's unhinged. She's crashing out, screaming, yelling. Even the employees were like, excuse me, you're a little loud. I love that part. I don't know who that guy is, but he's hilarious. She was in the bathroom. They got a shot of some woman in a bathroom stall, like her feet underneath the stall. Who is she? We need to find her. We need to know everything. Oh, Lisa, I love her. And Lisa was on Watch What Happens Live. this week. She was 3 hours early to watch What Happens Live. So suck on that, haters. They'll never make me hate Lisa Hochstein. I love her. Okay. Anything else about Miami? Another. Oh my God. I'm just like mad today, I guess. I have so much anger today. And most of it's directed towards Alex Baskin. I may not watch Real Housewives of Orange County season 19 because we're only on episode 2. And I am so triggered. I'm so fed up. I'm pissed. I'm sick to my stomach. These people disgust me. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Emily. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Gina. You disgust me. And I'm glad that raw egg broke in your purse, Gina. Wait, no, it was Emily. I'm glad that raw egg broke in your purse, Emily. I wish there were more raw eggs in there. That was karma. Okay, so this is what I wrote. Alex Baskin needs a wake-up call because complaining about quote-unquote bloggers when your cast members are bloggers is insane. I am tired. Tamra is a quote-unquote blogger. What is 2 T's in a pod? A podcast, right? Well, guess what? They call podcasters bloggers. So if that's the case, then Tamra is a blogger. Why is everyone mad at Katie for talking to bloggers? I talk to Katie. We have a friendly relationship. We don't scheme. She doesn't spill tea to me. I don't want any tea. I don't care to spill any tea. That's not what I do here. This whole thing is weird. Like, why are they hating on her? And also, they do the same shit. I've talked to them in DMs too. Idiots. So annoyed. Also, why aren't we talking about what was in the post that Tamra got so upset about and was like, this woman, this blogger is harassing me and I'm going to sue her? Really, for what, Tamra? What did she do? Because we're not talking about that, are we? We're only talking about Tamra being harassed by this blogger or whatever. I don't know all the dynamics between her and the Bravo babe, but I do know the Bravo babe, and I've talked to Tamra. So I have a little bit to say about this. For one, the thing that the Bravo babe posted, that was sent to me as well. It was sent to other creators and it was verified. When I say verified, the content that we received, the screenshot on a website, that website was legit. And it literally did say Tamra Judge is the leader of this reality blog. I don't want to say who it is because if she's not a part of it, I don't want them, this innocent blog, to be tarnished by what's going on. But maybe, okay, so the way that it works, this website, it was like something like Spokio or Zoom Info, something like that, right? And those websites will go into multiple data sources, pull data, consolidate all of it, and then put it in their own format on their website. We can't manipulate that unless wherever they're getting their data, somebody put Tamra's name in there as like a joke. Or is it real? We don't know, but she hasn't addressed it. Why can't she just say that's not true? Also, if you go back to that site now, today, her name has been removed, but Eddie's hasn't. So, like, for me, when I saw that screenshot, I was like, oh, damn, that's tea. But again, I don't spill tea usually. But I have no problem showing things that have already been shared or things that are fact, things that are available for public information. Like any one of us could have posted it. And the Bravo babe, we talked about it. And I was like, she's like, oh my God, can you believe this? I was like, I know, that's a lot. Like, I wouldn't post something like that, but she wanted to post it. So I was like, yeah, do it, whatever. Like, you're not doing anything wrong. Like, any of us could post it. And then right away, Tamra threatened to sue her. And so she took down the post, and I felt awful. I was like, oh my God, are you okay? Like, I'm so sorry that I encouraged you to post that. I didn't know that this would happen, because I was really shocked at Tamara's response. Her response was to attack the Bravo babe instead of being like, wait, what is this? That's ridiculous. I don't know why that's up there. Instead, she deflected, hasn't even answered about that. It's never been investigated, but all of a sudden it's changed on that website now. There's a conspiracy theory that Alex Baskin, this blog, and Tamara are all in cahoots. And I don't know if that's true, but if it is, like, it ruins the show, honestly. I'm like, I'm really over this, I think. The vitriol against Katie is insane to me. Tamara is a blogger. And I did talk about this with, Max makes a good point. Alex Baskin is a blogger. Don't forget, he's the podcast host of Bravo's Hot Mic podcast. And he interviews the people on his shows. That is like a hostage situation. Like, what? You can't ask. He would literally have Jax on his podcast and be like, so what do you think about Brittany doing this or what? It's like, how? This makes no sense. This is absurd for Alex Baskin to be a podcast host right now. So insane. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, Alex, you need to stop. Your grandfather is pissed, I assume. I would be. All right, what else? What else? Again, Tamara is a blogger. Insane. And then I saw her on virtual reality, page 6, doing an interview, and she's like, well, Katie messed up. She went and talked to a blogger, and I like almost lost my mind. Like, I had to share it and be like, this is absurd. Tamara is a blogger, and I'm done with this. I've said this way too many times. I wrote, everyone is coming at Katie for talking to a blogger when Tamara and Emily are actually bloggers. Meanwhile, Gina has her father leaving comments for her under her social media account on Instagram, and then having the nerve and audacity to speak condescendingly towards me because I posted it and called it out. These people disgust me. Do not play me to my face, Alex Baskin. Jess Kelly said, Alex Baskin, talk about a privileged Nepo baby. Seriously. Ugh, grow the fuck up, Orange County. I'm sick of your ass. I don't care if Katie talked to a blogger. They all do it. I might start spilling all the receipts. I don't like doing that, so I probably won't, but I can assure you that they all talk to bloggers. So this is bullshit. Get over yourselves, Emily, Gina, and Tamara. Oh my gosh. And then the most insane scene happened. Tamara actually was talking about Jen Pedranti wanting to be like Tamara, and I could not think that was more insane. Like, are you joking? Oh my gosh. Tamara, are you saying that Jen Pedranti is trying to be a basic Orange County housewife? That's how I take it. Okay, what else did I say? I was up late tweeting. Tamara's reaction below is to a blogger posting a screenshot of a website that consolidates data from multiple sources showing Tamara's name as a leader at a large reality blog that I will not name because this is already messy enough. And just so you know, that blog that had Tamara's name on it is shown in almost all of these Alex Baskin shows. Isn't that strange? Tamara never addressed why her name was listed. Maybe someone did it as a joke, but her reaction is bizarre to me. That's my opinion. especially considering she is a blogger herself. And in this screenshot that I took, it says, she wrote, "This girl is a complete liar and has been harassing me. Time to get my attorneys involved." She didn't do anything wrong, the Bravo babe. So I don't, as far as posting what she posted, because I saw it and it was legit. It wasn't defamatory. It was real. I probably still have this screenshot somewhere. So yeah, Katie, God, I feel so bad for Katie. I want to fight for Katie. I want to go up to Emily at BravoCon. I won't do this, okay? So calm down, everybody. But my natural instinct is to want to go up to Emily and tell her that she needs to back the fuck off because it's insane. And I'm tired of her yelling. And if she wants to yell at someone, yell at me because I'm right here. I dare her to. Okay. Because look, Katie is so cool when she's being attacked. Like, she stays calm, maintains her composure. But these women are attacking nonstop, relentlessly over the most absurd and insane things like talking to bloggers. And I blame Alex Baskin. This picture is not great of him, and that's why I love it. Max said that's not a great pic of Alex. Well, you know what? That's what he gets. Do you think Alex Baskin listens to any Bravo podcasts? Do you think Alex Baskin is listening right now? Alex, if you're listening, do better. That's all I'll say. I think I've said enough. Okay, what else? Yes, Max, I will tell Gina too. I will go up to I will tell Gina I don't appreciate her father talking to me the way he did. And now I know why she sucks, because she has an enabling father. And I could say that because I had a one-on-one interaction with him. Max said he has people listen for him. Ew, that's so creepy. Ooh. All right. Well, anyways, we're going to go live again on Tuesday at noon. And on deck, we have Real Housewives of Atlanta. We have the reunion part 2 on Sunday. King's Court, we're not watching it. Nope, not doing it. Monday, Below Deck. More Boatmances. Love it. Gosh. And Monday, we also have the McBee Dynasty. My favorite hate watch right now. I love to hate Steve McBee Sr. and Jr. I just love to hate them. Love, 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 love it. I cannot hate them more. But again, we don't attack people. We don't go reach out to them or anything like that. But I have feelings and I need to express them. This is my therapy. By the way, I don't like how people stereotype quote unquote bloggers. Okay. There are a lot of different types of bloggers. Some don't want to be known. Some hide their face because they want to say whatever they want to say without any repercussions. And I understand that. But then you have others who, like, I started my podcast because it was therapy for me. And it's done a lot of things for me personally that I don't think I would ever get out of anything else. So I do it for selfish reasons. Sorry, I'm glad you guys are here and listening, but really, I do it for selfish reasons. And that's why when I hear these stereotypes of bloggers or whatever, like, oh, they want clout or blah, blah, like, take your clout and shove it up your ass. I could give 2 shits about your fucking clout. Go away with your clout, okay? So I'm sick of that stereotype. If anyone, I think those clout type of podcasters are Tamra. She's always like, or Nick Viall, those kind of people. Those are clout chasers because they're always trying to get the most popular. Like, I don't care about the most popular. I want to talk to the people I want to talk to, like Imran Hassan or Wale Alesh or Katie Janela. And let me say something about Katie. I had a 45-minute interview with her. I learned more about her in that 45 minutes than we saw on the show at all. And last night, season 19, episode 2, I was getting really upset and sad for Katie because she's the one who has to initiate this group to come together, and she's trying to open up her life and be friends with them, but they just constantly are taking jabs. It's disgusting to me. And she said, I feel like no one really got to know me. And they agreed. They're like, yeah, we don't know you. We don't really know you. I wanted to jump through the TV. I was like, because you haven't tried. I had one 45-minute conversation with her, and I learned way more about her than any of them know about her. And I didn't film an entire season with her. That makes me sick. These women don't care to get to know Katie at all. She's trying her best, and she's taking the hits with stride, and they still keep coming after her. And this whole thing with Shannon being mad at her for recording her, whatever, this is giving Brittany, what's her name from Salt Lake City? What's Brittany's last name? Bateman. It's giving Brittany Bateman vibes, which, yeah, like I don't love Brittany, but also like I didn't think it was that big of a deal that she was recording. They're recording a reality show. Like, give me a break, people. Use some common sense. I'm so sick of everybody. Alex Baskin, I'm coming for you. Not in real life, just I'm pissed. Max said being a blogger is hard. Nene is not a good blogger. Is Nene a blogger? What even is a blogger? No one writes blogs. They're like, that blogger. What blog do they write? They don't have a blog. I mean, I do love how ridiculous they are. I love that part. But like when they're ridiculous and they turn it into like fuel to attack or hate someone, that's when it's not fun. I don't like it. So yeah, we'll be back on Tuesday. I have 2 bonus episodes. I mentioned my interview with Dana from the Bravo Investigator. Love her. I'm going to put that out as soon as possible. And I have another interview with another creator coming up. So stay tuned. That's a wrap on today's episode of Bravo and Blaze. We covered the chaos, spilled the tea, and lit up everything from reality TV to real life scandals. Oh, Coldplay, you will forever be known as the ruiner of lives. If you're watching live or catching the replay, remember we go live on YouTube every Tuesday and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Come join the live chat, bring your hot takes, and let's break it all down together in real time. Follow along on socials at Bravo and Blaze. Subscribe on YouTube at Jenny Blaze. Snag your merch and exclusive drops at bravoandblaze.com. Get early access and bonus content at patreon.com/Bravo and Blaze. If you enjoyed today's episode, leave a 5-star review, share with a friend, and tag me. Thank you for being here. Love ya, baby. Stay lit.